Hi guys. Before I start, I apologise for looking pretty crap. I've just got back from riding, so I'm still in my jodhpurs and sexy horse riding outfit type thing. That was sarcasm, by the way. So yeah, just ignore me looking a bit shit. I literally got off the horse about half an hour ago, so yeah, I'm kind of a little bit out of it as well. It's all good. Anyway, again, my reaction for Vampire Diaries episode. What episode are we on? 6? Yeah, episode 6, season 5 of Vampire Diaries. If any of you have been watching my stuff, well, I know some of you have been, which is really great, thank you. You'll know that I'm not exactly impressed with TVD at the moment. I don't think anybody is, to be quite honest, but me especially, just no. And this week was slightly better, but I mean, the ending of it was just ridiculous. I mean, how many doppelgangers do we need? Now we've got Amara is the anchor and is still alive. Oh, nobody figured that out. That's sarcasm, by the way. Now we've got 3 doppelgangers running about. Well, then you've got Silas, who is now just, like, dead. I don't know if he's dead. Is he actually dead? I'm really confused as to what happened with that, to be honest. I kind of tuned out after I realised that there was going to be yet more doppelgangers running about. Because it's just ridiculous. They're recycling their actors as much as they're recycling the plot. It was a good episode in terms of plot, I suppose. It's pretty good because, I mean, it was a lot more action-packed than some of the other ones. The opening scene was so cute with Damon and Elena. That was adorable. And even though they argued in that, they still ended up in the same place at the end of the day. Because, you know, they're going to love each other even when they sign on hot. Even when they have argued and that. Because they're Elena, they're going to argue. They always do. But it's just part of it. So they're still actually, you know, friends and in love and just being adorable idiots like normal. Silas, as much as I'm not that keen on him, was actually pretty funny. That joke about the mayor and that, he was amusing, but I was happy for him to die. Bonnie, now, see, I wish Bonnie had come back for Elena's sake and everything, and because, you know, I don't want her to be dead. But I did realise that if they succeeded and the other side was gone forever, Alaric could never come back. So I was actually hoping that they were not successful, and they weren't. But, like, Alaric could never come back, even for some of it. Like, he could never be a ghost, come back as a ghost. He would completely be gone. And I can't ever have that happen, because that would just be awful. Like, seriously awful. So, I think I'm grateful about that. I don't know, I do want Bonnie to come back, and I think she probably will later on, but I don't know. I'm just, you know, I would rather, I always think, yeah, I want Bonnie to come back, but every time they bring a character back, like, this always in the back of my mind is like, but that could have been Alaric. And, like, if I had to choose one character to come back, it would be Alaric. Any day, without any hesitation, so, yeah, I don't know. Stefan's amnesia was short-lived. What did we have, 3 episodes? And he wasn't as much of a dick this episode. Well, he was, but, like, he wasn't as... Normally I'm there screaming at my screen, so I wasn't doing that so much. I did laugh when Elena said, and this isn't Elena Hake, 'cause I love her, but when she's just like, your first instinct always is to protect me, and it's just like, have you been watching this? Have you been in the same relationship? It's where the writers are just, like, trying to throw Stelena at us everywhere at the moment. And, like, I don't know. Ketsia is one crazy bitch. I quite like... She's quite amusing. I don't really like her, but she's one crazy bitch. And yeah, and Elena getting stuck. That was stupid. Silas is such a misogynistic piece of crap. Like, he's just like, oh, you're not going, men only. So that was great. But then it just means that Elena ends up nearly dying at Ketsia's hands. So that was fun. It's just stupid. Now as Stefan's got his memories back, he's probably going to be worse, to be honest. But He's a dick without his memories. There's no change in that. So, I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. That doppelganger destiny thing, I've been saying this from the beginning, is bullcrap. And it was even proved. I mean, my friend said to me, my favourite bit of the episode was when Amara came back to life and these epic love who were, like, destined to be together, she killed Silas. So that was great, which showed that the flashbacks are completely they're completely biased, because they were told from Silas's point of view. He was seeing Amara how he saw her, so the whole time that we've been thinking they were completely in love with each other, maybe Amara wasn't. Which brings me on to my theory. Now, this theory has been knocking about in my head for a while, but it really connected after this episode, and I really hope so badly that I am wrong. I mean, I called Nadia and Catherine being related, but I didn't. I was right with that. I just hope I'm not right with this. When it was revealed that Silas was Stefan's doppelganger, I jokingly said about, next season finale it'll be like Damon's got a doppelganger. But then some spoilers came out about Damon's new storyline that was going to be. I know Candice is really excited about this storyline, so maybe I'm hoping upon hope, because I love Candice and I trust her judgment, so I'm hoping it is actually a good storyline. But we find out something about Damon's past and stuff. Now, think about it logically. We've been told that these doppelgangers are destined to fall in love. There are plot holes all over the place. Like, I put that off to Julie Plec, but to start with. But now I'm starting to think, maybe, what if it's fated not for Stefan, not for Silas and Amara and then the other doppelgangers to all to be together? What if it's fated for there to be a love triangle? What if the original doppelganger, Silas, Amara, what if there was somebody else? Because when she said to Damon, she said, "Are you real?" Now, I know that she might say that because she's crazy and she's seeing people in real life and real people and dead people and, all of that. But she could be like, he could be a doppelganger. I hope upon hope, because the last thing we need is a doppelganger, and Damon is unique, and it would just be ridiculous. But I have this nagging feeling inside me that says, if the doppelgangers are meant to be together, why did Elena fall in love with Damon? Why did Catherine also be with Damon and Stefan at the same time? Why is there a triangle? So what if the triangle is repeating itself over and over and over and over? I'm hoping that she's just a crazy bitch and that I'm reading in too much into things and that this isn't going to happen. But this has Julie Plec written all over it. So I'm just really hoping that's not the case, because that would be awful, and I don't want Damon to have a doppelganger, because that would be ridiculous. I've had enough of doppelgangers. Like, way enough of doppelgangers by now, so. What else am I talking about? Catherine. Why is she old? Like, she's getting grey hair, and she dyed her hair, and then she had a tooth missing. I think she's ageing fast now that she nearly died. I don't know. Is death on the horizon for Catherine? I don't think so, actually. There is going to be major character death coming up, apparently, but sort of mid-season. But I don't think that, I don't think it's Catherine. I don't think they're going to kill her off, so. Because she's got too much potential storylines and everything, and it seem a bit weird to give her the cure just to kill her, you know what I mean? They should have just killed her in the finale, so. Catherine and Caroline, that teaming up, that was a new one. I kind of like it. It's quite cool, really. Like, it was just interesting to watch. And I think that, like, Klaus and Caroline, why did I say Klaus and Caroline? Catherine and Caroline. They kind of make a good, like, partner in crime type thing. I'd quite like it if, like, can you imagine if, like, Catherine, Elena and Caroline were roommates in another life? I know that could never happen because they're doppelgangers, but you know what I mean. It would just be funny, wouldn't it? It would just be funny. Them torturing thingy majiggy, Professor Creepy Pants 2.0. That was quite amusing. What's he called? Dr. Maxfield? Something? Marsfield? I don't know. But anyway. That was interesting to find out about the Augustine vampire. Is that how you say it? I don't know. I will see how that all turns out and how I'm quite interested to see how that connects with Elena's father and obviously with Megan and everything that happened. So that will be really interesting to find out if they do it right. But it's TBD, so they might not. I finally watched the originals, and it's actually really, 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 really good. I'm definitely surprised. I'm really shipping Hayley and Elijah, and I am just like... I'm really surprised. Really surprised. I wasn't very excited about it, and I only eventually watched it because I was really bored, if I'm honest, and it was really good, and it reminded me why TVD was good in the first place. But right now it's so much about the love triangle that it just ruins every plot at the moment is about the love triangle. So it's nice to be free from that with the show, even though I'm not a fan of Klaus at all. Elijah, I don't dislike Elijah, but I'm not like a huge fan. Rebecca, I really like Rebecca. So I think she was the thing that pushed me to watch it. And Hayley, I actually didn't like her in the show. I know a lot of people didn't like her because of getting in the way of Caroline, but I'm embarrassed to have ever shipped Caroline. It was never because of that. I just didn't like her. But this time I'm coming around to her in the originals. I am, so I'm really enjoying it. I am really surprised. So everything I said in other videos about I'm not sure if it'd be good, I take that back because it was really good. So, I mean, it's doing what TVD can't and having actual decent plots now. TVD has passed its prime, and at this point, I'm just hoping upon hope they bring out something that stops this being so awful. I just hope so. I'm trying to think what else to comment on it, to be honest. Normally I film it after I've watched it, or like when I come home from college after I've watched it, and it's Saturday today, so I kind of left it a day, so I can't really remember as well. Like, it's not as fresh in my mind. I'm actually moving house next week, so I'm going to be without internet for 3 days, I think. I'm going to have some on my phone, but that's it. So I might be able to film the video on like this. I'm actually moving on the Friday where I normally film it, so I might be able to film it on the Saturday, but it won't be uploaded for a few days. But I haven't forgotten, and I am going to do it. So yeah, just give me a few days to get internet and to like settle into a new house, and we shall have a new bedroom behind me. Not that you can see a lot here, so. But yeah, just trying to think if there's anything else really I want to say. If you have any theories, please let me know, because I'm just like hoping that they're going to bring out some big plot that's going to be really good. Because it's just getting ridiculous. And I feel like the relationships and the politics of the cast are affecting the show too much, like the plots. Because if you think about it, Paul hated Stefan, hates playing good Stefan, which I reckon had a big part as to why Silas is his doppelganger, so he gets to play another role, and also because he gets to play Stefan as being a bit of a dick. Well, he always does, but instead of his good Stefan type thing, he hates Stefan, pretty much, so we have that in common. But, I just think that has affected probably why that happened. I think that obviously Tyler is now going to be on the originals, and I know that they had big problems with his contract last year. That was why Michael Trevino left the show in the first place. Like, he went away for a while last time. So this time they've had big contract issues, and so that's obviously why he's on the originals. It kind of goes without saying. So, things are just affecting it so much now, and the only reason Catherine got the cure was because it was supposed to be Damon. Everybody guessed it was going to be Damon, and Ian didn't want it to be Damon. I met him in June, and at the convention that I was at, he said that he was not going to play human Damon because he wouldn't. So, you know, that was why that's going to have a big impact. And, you know, while I love the cast, I just feel like it's really having an impact on the plot. And it should be what the writers want to do. Not that I really trust Julie Flack. But, you know, it shouldn't be based off what the cast members want to do in that, so. But this was a little bit better than last episode, so hopefully it's picking up a little bit. And we just got to hope that it's actually halfway decent next week as well, so. Thank you for watching, and please leave your comments, because I'm really enjoying reading them, and, like, people are actually watching my videos. It's like, yay! So, yeah, and, I'll see you guys, kind of, sometime next week, but I don't know when, like the week after, rather, because I'm going back to college, and I'm moving, so, yeah, but I'll get it done. So let me know your thoughts, and I will read your comments, and if you have any questions